Welcome back once again. In this part we are going to see how we can use the SeekBar in Android. So start a new Android Studio project and name it as SeekBar and hit next. Next, choose empty activity and hit next, and finally hit finish. And this is our application. So let me drag this text view in here and let me change this text size to 30 sp. And let me also change this text content as tell me your age, and let us drag this SeekBar to here and let me adjust it width, so it is going to be like this. Okay, now whenever this SeekBar is touched and scroll horizontally, then we want to do something. So let's just drag another text view and let it be here, and let us change this text size and content, so it is going to be 30 sp as well, and let us change this to 0. Now let us come to the main activity. First of all, let me see this button, it's SeekBar, and I need to create the object of SeekBar, and it is going to be SeekBar, and also we need to create the text view object, and it is going to be text view, and I need to link this to SeekBar equals to find view by id order id.seekbar, and I need to get this text view, so its id is text view 2, so text view equals to find view by id order id.text view 2, and I need to cast both of them, alt enter to cast. And whenever this SeekBar is touched horizontally, then we want to do something, so it is going to be on set bar change listener, and I'm going to pass the object of this class, and I need to implement the on SeekBar change listener interface, and also we need to implement the all of its written methods. Now let's try to understand how these three abstract methods of on SeekBar change listener works together to handle the SeekBar event. Now let us first understand this on start tracking touch method. This overridden method is called whenever the user starts to slide our SeekBar, and this on stop tracking touch overridden method is called whenever the user stops to scroll our SeekBar, and this method is called whenever the progress status of the SeekBar is changed. Okay, so let's print something out here in the toast. So it is going to be toast dot make text, and the context is main activity dot this, and let's say thanks for telling your age, please scroll to, okay, let's just say please slide to appropriate appropriate age, and we need to specify the toast length as well, toast length, so it is going to be short, and so now let us create the integer variable here. It is going to be int age, and let's print something here. So it is going to be toast dot make text, and the context is main activity dot this, and let's say your age is age, right? And we need to specify the toast length, and it is going to be short one, and we need to show this text. Now let us assign this age to the progress, and we can set the content of this text view here as text view dot set text. Let us assign it as progress, and let us make it a string. So now let me run our application. So let me choose my emulator and hit OK, and here is our application. So as soon as I click this SeekBar and start scrolling horizontally, then it is first going to call this on start tracking touch method, and whenever the status of the progress bar is changed, then it is going to call this method, and finally when I stop to scroll horizontally, then it is going to call this on stop tracking dots method. So let's see what it says. So I'm going to click and it is going to say thanks for telling your age, right? So basically it is going to call this on start tracking task. Now let me update the status progress. So I'm going to increase it, and it is constantly calling this on progress change. That's why we are seeing the different integer value in our text view, right? So now let's see. Now I want to stop at this 63, and as soon as I remove this crosshair from the SeekBar, it is going to call on stop tracking dots, and it should say your age is 63. Now let's see. I want to remove this crosshair here, and it says your age is 63. And now if I again slide this SeekBar, then it is again going to call the on start tracking dots and then on progress change and finally on stop tracking dots method simultaneously. So let us check this. So it is going to call for on start tracking dots first of all, and it is also calling the on progress change. And when I remove my crosshair from the SeekBar, then it is going to call on your age is 31. So I hope you got the concept of how we can use the SeekBar in Android. So let us also see how we can use the discrete SeekBar in Android. So let me go to the activity underscore main XML file and drag the SeekBar discrete. So let me drag it up here, and let me add the seek width. So we need to get this SeekBar in our main activity. So its ID is SeekBar 2. And now let us come here and get the SeekBar 2. Okay, and we need to link this SeekBar with our XML. So it is going to be SeekBar 2 and find view by ID. Find view by ID r.id.SeekBar2, and we need to typecast it. And now we need to have a way to manipulate when the SeekBar is seen. So it is going to be SeekBar. So SeekBar, and let me do this in another way this time. So it is going to be this, and new on SeekBar change listener, and it is automatically going to override these three abstract method here. And for the time being, let us only print the progress on our text view. So it is going to be progress, and let it make it a string and run our project. And here is our project. So let us see first of all this one, the previous one, how it works. It is going to go for 1 to 100, right? So let us see how this is going to work. It is first of all it's 1 2 3 and it goes up to 10, and you can see there are discrete points in the SeekBar, but in this you can see the continuous values running from 1 to 100, and it is going to run from 1 to 10. Okay, so let us also change the text view size whenever we scroll this SeekBar. So we can do so by text view dot set text size. So text size, and it is progress. So let us multiply it by 10 because it is quite small. So let us run, and here is our application. So when I slide down, it is going to decrease the font size, and when I increase, it is going to increase the size. So, and I hope you understand how discrete SeekBar looks like in Android as well. So, and I will see you in the next part.